Hey, Hastus! Before we go, the Staglode kind of had this really awesome bow that is... The string's really hard to pull back. Like,
It's like,
Melina,
well,
like, pulls on it and pulls on it and pulls on it and it just won't budge.
no wonder, Melina. This is a composite bow. He takes it.
I know what weapons are. I make them. It's
What?
just... It's magic as fuck and I was hoping I could use it.
Wait, really? He asks.
Scott shrugs. I don't actually know exactly what all it does, but it seems magical as fuck to me. I think.
Good to know.
Don't shoot people you like with it.
I never do, he says. I never do.
Well, you guys
Amalai
should,
gives a small wave to Melina as she gets back to something important.
Melina checks to make sure that she doesn't have any catnip that she's kept on her person. Because I don't think I have any left, but if I do... I don't.
How unfortunate.
So... yeah, you guys... should explore the area some, try not to die.
We could say the same to you.
I'm Melina von Witt. I'll never die.
Good luck, Master says.
Melina gathers what little things she just kind of set around while they were hanging out and heads out.
Estes frowns a little. Sad.
Melina throws a, spokily, bomb up into the air to kind of, like, show her leaving.
Fireworks, eh?
Eh,
They exist,
yeah.
so why not?
Sadly enough, though, it's only like 60 feet in the air. I don't have the rocket thing to make it go, like, a few hundred feet.
How unfortunate.
Yeah.
Can make
Yes,
bombs,
how
can't throw them
unfortunate.
far.
How unfortunate. It only went 60 feet in the air. What a small number. Cough, cough.
I could fall and die that far. Actually, I can't, but someone else could. Yes, this wing.
Okay.
I don't think that's gonna
Oh.
kill any of us.
You would fall and splat, so
You take 66.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Before he leaves with the contingent, Sergeant Kramer ushers you to one side, Hastus.
Yep. Hastus goes along.
We're going off now, Corporal. I know I've given you a lot of responsibility while I'm away. I had a letter from the captain a few months ago saying he's sending one of the lieutenants here. So you'll probably he'll probably get here before I'm back. So you'll be reporting into him. I don't know which one it is.
Aye.
I suggest, though, in terms of your future career with us, that you ensure that all the necessary paperwork is up to date, as I expect the lieutenant will want to debrief.
He nods.
Oh, well, I almost forgot. We had a forwarding of our latest profits. Here is your share, and he hands you a bag with things in it.
Hastus takes the bag. Thank you, sir.
No problem. I can see you've got plenty to do here. About this cat biped. She's got a a friend, I believe, who's working for the Deros. You should be careful around him.
Estus nods.
Goes by the name of Mr. Skemp. Does a lot of Mario's dirty work for him, if you know what I mean.
That I do, sir.
That'll be all, Corporal.
Estus salutes.
Okay.
So, Klaus, out of character, what are the stats for this bow?
Did I ever give them to you, Klaus?
Oh, sorry. I had a dog that was barking, and I just came back.
Alright.
I was asking for the stats of the
Plus
Stagler's bow.
one, plus one composite longbow.
Yep.
So you are fully magically equipped except your armor now, I think.
So, okay, so,
Maybe one day I'll find a magic item I can use.
Klaus.
Yes?
Okay, so just on that bow, so it's masterwork, it's not magical.
Hmm.
It is?
Yeah, but it is masterwork.
Oh.
That's nice. So, Hastus has craft weapons. Can you sort of tell what masterwork properties it has?
I would also, like, if he needs to do a check, I would like to also attempt.
Amalai would like to try and convince them that this bow has the property to one-hit kill anything it shoots.
That sounds like a bluff.
I'm waiting for Ego to tell me it's okay. If he's there.
You're happy to try and convince them of that. Whether they believe you is another matter.
Alright, so...
The last time someone was shot with that, they pretty much died instantly. Amalai just stares at Melina intensely.
I stare back at her intently like, what the fuck, man?
And so it has the innate property of instant smiting. It can one-shot kill anyone you shoot an arrow at.
Hastus says, I was there. I investigated the scene. There was certainly enough blood to corroborate your claim, except, it's probably not the bow. It was probably the man.
Oh no, it was the bow.
I don't know if I told you guys, and I'm pretty sure I did.
Pushes this opinion onto you.
But
It was definitely the bow, like,
corpse,
it kind of like...
a headless fucking corpse came out.
Yeah,
Out of
the
the
headless
pool.
corpse
What?
that I threw into the pool that some lady resurrected because she was mad that I took away her mask. She was really mad.
Did we cover this before?
We did not.
Okay, because I felt like I just missed, like, a major thing there.
He shot. So he's like, we had to fight probably the headless stag lord because he had a bow.
I mean, like,
this
there's
one.
a lot of headless corpses. We decapitated a lot of people along the way. Probably wasn't the Stag Lord. If it was the Stag Lord, you guys would probably be dead.
He's like, well, he didn't have a head, so he missed a lot of shots.
Eh.
But the ones that did hit hurt like.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like him.
It was probably the bow.
I mean, like, did he, one-shot you while you had like a shit ton of spells on you, and
Hastus just like looks at Melina like, what do you think?
Definitely sounds like the Stag Lord.
Yeah.
Amalai stares at Melina.
I mean, like, throughout our entire battle, he only managed to hit once, so...
That's because he only shot once.
We might have played tag with him.
Sounds like a fun time, Hastus says.
That it was.
Reminds me of that time I hunted a mage down south.
Reminds me of a time that I read a book.
Hastus doesn't say anything to that.
Just go already.
I mean, like, she's already been leaving. She's just been, like, shouting this from across the distance.
I'm sure that's exactly how it works.
It is. Anyways, the stats of the bow is what we got mixed up is it's +1 to attack, not just a straight up +1 bow. It has increased hardness, and it's able to add up to +4 damage from strength.
That suits Hastus quite well.
That sounds magical.
It's not magic, it's spellcrafted.
That's
Hastus just says, Emily, are you still, why? Why?
Am I what? Am I who? What's going on?
He's like, are you still trying to tell me that it's gonna one-hit kill anything I shoot?
Well, I mean, it almost killed Melina.
It actually
So, yeah.
did! I'm just really good at putting myself back together!
Hastus says, how do you know it wasn't the arrow?
Because they spoke like little bitches.
They always
Okay.
do that.
Magic
Even
ones
the
are better
super
about
magic
that.
Even the super magic ones.
Amalai gets up and wait, there's no buildings here. We're sitting in an empty fort.
It's tense.
Parts of like the
Amalai goes to find the booze.
I'm sure there's plenty.
There's gotta be booze around here somewhere. Or a trade post, for fuck's sake.
I wasn't kidding. I'm sure there's plenty.
Ego!
Yes.
Do I find booze?
You do. One thing that the Iron Wings seem to keep
Down
well
the
stocked
hatch.
at is booze.
Fantastic. They are true mercenaries.
I wonder if they ever
Amalai
paid for their
likes usually-
booze.
Probably not.
You get the impression a lot of the time they brew it themselves. On account
But they
of,
suck at any sort of crafting whatsoever, so that's kind of really intrigues me.
Amalai checks the booze with her alchemy to make sure it's even drinkable. She wouldn't want to
It's
die.
drinkable. It's not great, but it's drinkable.
This is Pisswasser, isn't it? She gets herself a mug and starts chugging away because there's clearly nothing else to do right now.
I've given you
not
the gift
hired.
of alchemy, you could always make your own. Melina says from from a mile away at this point. You feel she
Yes,
feels
it's just,
off in the distance.
Just watches Melina go until she pretty much vanishes from sight behind a hill. He quickly runs off.
Bye, Hastus!
Amalai offers Hastus a thing.
Yep,
Because you're
Hastus,
clearly not doing anything else either.
he'll take some, but not a ton. I'll toast Amelie to their new venture and Melina's departure.
Very good.
Okay, let's see here. Hold on one sec. Amelie tries to toast you, but she is clearly had one too many already.
Hastus helps her along with his free hand.
This
She grabs the bottom of the tankard and clunk.
yeah. To something. And she drinks. To money. Yes. That's
That's
a
actually
worthwhile...
what I was going to say.
to money.
Hastus is not opposed to that toast. Hastus will head back to the command tent and prepare himself for his duties.
Command tent. Amelie thinks the command tent will be big enough for her.
It's
She
like
brings...
But larger than the other tents.
How big was the pillow that I took from Mario?
Well, it was a pillow big enough for you to. It's like basically a giant bean bag.
So big enough for Amelie to curl up and snooze on.
Oh yeah.
Fucking perfect. She takes this giant pillow out of this weird backpack that might seem like it shouldn't.
I like the
but it
picture
does
of
anyway.
Amelie just carrying a beanbag on her back all the time.
That's basically what I've been doing.
Are you for
literally. Okay, so because they were in such a good mood, I noticed when Ego was describing Mario's command tent, there was a massive pillow in one of the corners. Amelie went over to it immediately, hugged it, and claimed it as hers. And Mario said, sure. So she has literally been carrying around like a 5x5 pillow for the last month.
Impressive. Terrifying.
She places it down in a corner in your command tent and curls up on it and falls asleep.
Hastus thinks that is a problem that can be solved later, and he heads off. Maybe it won't even be a problem when he gets back. Who knows? Soldier thoughts.
Kitty dreams.
Soldier thoughts indeed. Right, so you gets to the point where you lose sight of Melina, Sergeant Kramer, and the detachment, and you while away the rest of the day, presumably drinking, sleeping. If you're Amelie, and if you're Hastus, probably happy in terms of his kind of recent acquisitions, a degree of nervousness about everything else that's come along with it.
Yeah, really. A degree of nervousness.
Wait, so let me get this right. You're training some new recruits or something?
Oh no. Hastus has a fully trained detachment at his disposal now.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He's got several soldiers, plus Kramer's command. But he has to defend 2 forts until the lieutenant arrives.
Wait, you have to defend both? Do I have to
Yeah.
help? I don't want to help. Am I being hired for this?
Hastus thinks that hiring Amelie is way above his pay grade, but if someone attacks the fort and they piss her off while she's sleeping in his tent, then maybe she'll feel obliged to save herself from death. And that would be good.
Well,
And then
if
a
someone
thought
comes
crossed-
and wakes me up while I'm drunk in your tent, they're going to die.
Doesn't matter who it is.
Hope you don't kill anyone important. Important to us. If it's important to the enemy, be my guest.
Then you might have to warn whoever comes into your tent. I'm not sure you'd know this about Amelie. Hastus might not know this about Amelie. Oh my.
Which thing?
Oh, that she's a grumpy wake up.
I think we've camped together enough.
Hey, Ego. How many days have I actually traveled with the other group? 3? 4?
Yeah. Very.
3 days. You wouldn't know, because I've never been drunk.
Great. Well, hopefully no one will have any reason to poke in there and wake her up. Unless she's an
Oh, gosh.
unusually light sleeper.
Well, leave alone not to be near her night too when she wakes her up. That was something that she found out very quickly.
I think I took
Great.
a swipe at you.
Yes, you did.
Yes, Amelie took a swipe at Melina.
And then the next time that I had to wake you up after that, I stood on the other side of the camp and I yelled at you.
Yeah, Amelie, wake up. Like, oh, okay, you know, whatever. Oh, this is cool.
Okay, so,
We have officially said
So, following
goodbye
day.
to Melina.
following day, Amelie and Hastus, are you doing anything?
Amelie
Estes
will
There
be
you go.
scouting around. Where are we currently? I'm gonna use the very far left one because I don't like the other two. Personally.
The pink thing above Vincent Trade Post was about where Oleg's was on the other map.
Fine.
What are those numbers near
On that
Oleg?
subject, did my suggestion on IM make any sort of sense?
What did you say? Where did you say it?
So, there was a discussion regarding the fact that you guys now seem to have 3 maps. And what I recommended was to have a map of record and a map of use. The map of record is
Would be
basically
for like days where we've been, what's already happened,
Yeah,
what
the map of
areas are
record
where,
is
and then
yeah. So effectively, one that is factual and one that's in use. So when you're doing all of your kind of sketching, or you're doing all of your here's what I do over the next few weeks, and here's my markups on the map.
We should probably use the
Sorry.
we should probably use the middle one for that then, because that one's a little bit
It's
more
already-
off.
I don't care.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just saying, you're right, Klaus, to raise the fact you have a map issue, because at the
You don't-
moment both maps are being updated, and I noticed that over time they are
diverging.
diverging. Yes, indeed.
I don't think they're diverging. They're actually about showing the same exact stuff, just one's a little less detailed. I mean, if you overlay one over the other, they're still very in line. Well, not very, kind of in line with each other.
Yeah. So what's happening is, as people are exploring, they are gaining a more accurate view of the actual terrain rather than the sketch map you guys created as you were traveling.
Right. Ego.
Yep.
So you got my itinerary for the 15 days before Melina arrived, right?
I do, yes.
Is that accurate? Are there any impediments that would make that impossible to accomplish in the
Okay.
days provided?
Please hold, caller.
What are the blue numbers around the bottom middle one?
That's when Hastus led some people on an exploration journey around the area before.
So you've
everyone
explored
arrived.
that. Would you have
Yep.
told Amelie before she heads out?
Pretty much. If she's in his tent, she can see that he's drawing a map.
Oh, okay. So
Or
this
rather,
is
he had the
yours.
map before, and now he's updating it with the more accurate versions.
Okay. Well, then, Amelie, I'm just gonna mark this in pink. It's just gonna be little lines to show you where I'm going. Ego.
Okay.
She's gonna go down to here. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Can I delete that? That is not what I wanted. Aha. Okay. She's gonna go down to here. And then go here. And then here. And then here.
Okay. Are you
And then
traveling or are you exploring?
Exploring.
Okay. Okay, bear with me.
And then go back. And because the blue ones are already explored, those three are
Yeah, they'd already been
can be
explored before
ignored.
you arrived. So let me deal with that first. Yeah. So Klaus,
Yes.
we're gonna I said to Erin we'd probably be starting the second character's call at about 9:30, so I need 40 minutes with these guys. Do you want to sort of duck off and come back then?
You don't want me?
I'm just conscious you're going to spend a lot of time sitting listening, and I'm not sure that's honestly your most favourite pastime, Klaus.
I don't really have an issue with it.
No,
He's a GM. He sits and listens all the time.
It's just, I love listening to people make bad choices and then sometimes good choices.
Well, then, yeah,
It's
there is
wonderful.
that. Yeah. I'm sure we'll be having a conversation along those lines at some point in the future, Klaus.
Amelie is gonna tap Hastis on the shoulder and ask her if she can borrow one of his soldiers.
You want to borrow one of my soldiers?
I'm stealing one of your soldiers.
Who?
She points at that one.
Hastis starts. Okay.
She points at that one.
Well, let's see who she gets. Because they are all different.
She gets Bob.
List them
Ego
off by
told me-
name, and
Ego-
I'll list
Ego
them off
told
by
me.
name, and I'll pick the one I like the most.
Okay. Here. The ones we have here.
What do you have, like
There's,
5?
There's like a bunch of laborers around, and then Astus' soldiers. Right, Ego?
There's a truckload of people around, not just labourers. There's people who have turned up expecting to form part of, small businesses or enterprises, or just because they heard that something interesting was happening here.
Oh. I
So-
wasn't aware that so many people were here.
I got a lot of
Ignore what
people.
I just said, because if there's a lot of people here, Amelie is going to...
There's about, you're looking at this, Hastus, and you're adding it to your list of headaches, but there's, you would say, a good 60.
A good 60. She's going to ask a bunch of them if they can help her build a tavern.
Okay, some of them they're kind of nodding, going, yeah. We heard this is going to be a trading post. Tavern sounds like a good idea. Yeah? Some of the Ironwolves stopped what they were doing, Hastus, and go, hey, we're building in.
Free drinks on the cat lady for everyone who helps make the place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That gets a lot of enthusiasm.
Yeah, there we go.
Astus goes, "What the hell are you doing?"
Amelie stares at him. I'm making myself a tavern.
He's like, "There's no building materials for that."
Amelie holds
well,
up a
yeah,
huge
that's
wad of Restov bucks.
Speaking, that's
Restov
not
bucks.
true. Yeah? So when Melina and Amelie turned
We
up,
have a literal caravan of stuff.
they've got a massive caravan of shit, Hastus. I didn't
Okay.
describe that when they turned
We're
up.
talking
Very
almost
well.
20,000 GP worth of stuff.
I was gonna make a tavern when I came back.
I'm making a tavern now, so you can make other
Just this.
stuff.
Now you can cry in your cups about how it didn't have to cost this much.
Hassa says, "Do you want to start laying the groundwork for a tavern right now?"
I'm
For
just
every person who helps me make the tavern, 2 rounds on me.
Hassa says, "No, no, 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 no. Don't talk to them. Talk to me."
I stare at him. I'm also part of this, and I'm the owner of the tavern. I want my tavern.
Like, is this a Melina thing? You better tell me if it's a Melina thing.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean?
As in, did Melina promise you this?
I promised myself this.
Okay, but Melina went along with it.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine then. So where do you want it?
Can I get a picture of Oleg's or something?
you need a
As I'm
house
not
before you can make a
entirely
tavern. By the way,
Or some
Um,
slums.
Oleg's no longer exists. Yeah, it is.
Oh yes, that's right.
It's a bun. Yeah, it's right. How did that happen?
we destroyed it for 7,000 gold.
We need a wall first.
Is it just... Wait, so when you say Olegs don't exist, does that mean like every single part of it has been cannibalized? Or are there still...
Yeah, we literally
They,
destroyed the entire...
they left some of the heavy timbers and some of the stuff that was sufficiently charred to need serious rework to
Okay.
make it usable wood again.
So you
Everything
cannibalized the
else is
fortification. You cannibalized the fortification even worse than it was after it got burnt.
Yep.
Astus is displeased, but this is just one more problem he has to deal with, and that's fine. For a given value of fine.
Well, I mean, you
Melina.
have plans,
But
but you're not here.
I spent a long time making these pages, man.
I mean, the first thing Amalai told you was she wants her fucking tavern.
And Melina told you that she's going to go grab a master craftsman who can make buildings really easily and for cheaper than what most people can.
I need
As
this
it
in
says,
writing 5 days before.
So
Just kidding, I remember this now.
one of the reasons why Melina and Amalai get on so well is because they have the same level of patience, which is 0. Yeah. So the idea that Amalai was just gonna hang around and eat catnip and get drunk and sleep on her pillow for the weeks it's gonna take Melina to get where she's gonna go and come
We
back.
did this for a month, though.
Hey, I'm just saying.
But that was the city, this is the sticks.
I mean, like, at least in the city we had bought those and stuff, so...
Now
I
she's
was
out
also
sick
kind
with a
of
bunch of smelly soldiers.
I was also kind of told off by Skemp for a little while. I'm almost 100% certain it's Skemp, so I mean he's kind of mad at me for partying and doing my thing. So okay, so that's the itinerary. I'm stealing 2 of your soldiers now.
So you want 2 of my soldiers, eh? Asta says, and you want them to help you lay a foundation for a tavern.
No, explore.
Oh, explore. Okay. Well, let's see.
Sorry everyone, but
Who would help
you'll
you
definitely be able to
best?
help, and I will offer. I will. My offer stands, but I forgot that some person is doing stuff and things.
Okay, if you can just let me deal with... I'm trying to deal with the area that Hastus has already explored before you guys arrived, so I'm
That's
doing
fine.
So, in the meantime, Hastus will say, "Alright, so we got the Furson brothers," and he motions up to, I guess, a makeshift tower. Makeshift watch post. Which is basically just...
It's literally a
I don't
makeshift
even know.
watch post.
It must be
I-
like pallets in front of a barrel, and there are 2 guys... there are 2 guys there kind of watching the area, and they have these, like, long combined metal and wood sticks on their shoulders. And they look like brothers.
They're so official looking.
Not really. Not really.
Couldn't you hear the sarcasm in the cat's voice?
Yeah. It's like, you got Naomi and Joff. Yorick actually might be the one you want. He's the
Naomi
scout.
and Yorick are the two that are coming with me.
All right.
Onwards
He says,
to victory.
let me see what they're up to. He kind of shakes his head. He's like, you better keep a good map. Actually, you know what? I'll just have Yorick do that.
Paper.
He's like, you know what? Never mind. I'll just have Yorick do it. And he heads over and sees if he can find Naomi and Yorick. Naomi being a polearm wielding drill sergeant fighter, and Yorick being a ranger.
Yay, exactly what I needed. A tank and a ranged.
Has Balkan died yet, by the way?
Wish. I mean, what?
Has Bakken died? No.
Oh.
Bakken is not dead.
Damn.
He's
Uh,
off
you
doing his
left-
buttons.
Yeah, you left Bokken Hastus with Yasim.
Yeah. He's his place is still there, but Bakken's
Oh god,
Cross
by
the-
the next time we see Yasin, he's going to be super powerful and able to do standard action spells as swift action. Fuck.
grinding the
Oh,
old axe, I
gosh.
see.
Oh yes.
Whew. So Hastus probably finds Naomi and Yorick working on the road. Judging by what you've told me here, Ego. Because probably takes a while. Probably takes a little while longer than I anticipated to explore those hexes.
Well, you've put. Have you assumed that's 10 days?
Yeah. Well,
It's-
pretty much.
Isn't it like 2 days per?
Depends
Two
what
or
it
three.
is. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
exploring, moving, exploring, moving.
Hang on. So. Yeah. So if you want to calculate based on what I've written, so I've said where it's actual forest. Everywhere else you've explored is plains. But I can. So
How much
plains.
does
Plains it takes a day.
forest is twice that? 3 times? What's the table say?
Forest is twice that, I believe.
So that's taken you 2, 4, 12 days. That took 12 days.
Uh,
How fancy. Assuming that the forest is just 8 and 7, which it's probably not.
there you go.
I'd be more remiss to say 6 through 10, where probably
Yeah,
forest.
forest is double. Forest or hills is double.
Okay.
Uh,
So 7, 8, 9
you had,
cost twice as much.
yeah.
Okay. Then the road, we didn't get to work on it. We had to spend all 15 days searching or
That was
exploring.
13 days, so you had 2 days. 2 off days.
Okay. So that means the road's about half completed
Yeah.
at this point, which means that basically all of Hastus' soldiers are working on that. And he was about to go do it himself before Emily started doing stuff.
That's Amelie's job.
To do stuff, it is. She's
As it says-
she's an action kind of girl.
Hastus says, you know what? I'm pretty sure they're all doing manual labor. So why don't you take one of the first and brothers along?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you're coming with me.
As it says, "Yo, Brandith." And he heads over to the watch post and explains the situation.
Amalai, so you've given people this idea of building in.
Mm-hmm.
Are you're not hanging around to kind of coordinate that? You're just gonna.
I told them to hold off for a little bit because
You told them to hold off.
because I
soon
got to
as-
make sure the surrounding area is safe, so that no one attacks while.
No, that's not unreasonable. That's not unreasonable at all.
Also,
Okay.
there's a master craftsman coming.
That's my excuse for remembering that you're going to get a master craftsman class.
Yeah,
But I'm
Hestus,
making it safe.
after he basically tells Brandith that Amalai needs someone to... Amalai has gotten into her head that she absolutely needs to go out there and start exploring. And he can't go and accompany her himself. So he needs him to go along and take notes on the map and possibly shoot some wild animals if they decide to try and kill her.
You mean attempt to try and kill me?
He says decide. Because this is the Gnarl Marches.
No, attempt. It may be the Gnarl Marshes, but I've had quite. You know what? I'm like just going to be like, yo, just yo. I'm not the one who was.
So you're going to. Okay, so you're going with your this kind of minder stroke patsy to go and explore in that circle that you've outlined.
Yep.
Okay.
1 through 9, or 1 through 7, and then 8 and 9 are just, or 2 through 7, 1, 8, and 9 are just standard travel because it's already explored.
Okay. So one's just standard travel. Okay.
Yep, just going through it to get to 2. Set up a small camp. Next day, going to explore the whole area, and then 3. Once 2 is explored, we're going to travel to 3, set up camp, explore, and repeat and rinse and repeat, basically, the entire time.
Brandith, he doesn't look thrilled, but he figures it's just one more thing to put up with.
Okay. So Amalai and one of Hass's men leave the day after Melina and Sergeant Kramer leave. Hastus, you've got all this stuff. You've got about 60 people and your Iron Wings. What are you doing with them?
Oh, God. Thanks, Klaus. Saying that, I got all this stuff, but I can't do anything with it because you're gonna come back and do it even cheaper. When did you say you'd get back? A month later?
I have no clue when the fuck I'm coming back. So.
Right.
So.
By the way, if you're not back in like 2 weeks, Amalai is going to be upset that her tavern's not made, and she's just going to do it herself.
And Ego, we
That's
all doing the
unfortunately-
double move, single move, double move thing.
Yeah, no, I'm all down with that.
Okay.
The first thing he's doing is building living accommodations that aren't fucking tents. He's building the road out there and building living accommodations that aren't fucking tents. So if he gets that
Wait,
big
you're building-
crowd up,
You're building a house?
yeah.
Well, slums.
Okay, so if you're building, well, I mean, slums counts as a house for the purpose of meeting the requirements of being next to a tavern, which means I'm going to make a tavern. Even if it's with my money.
I hate you both.
Well, I mean,
I mean, we could
I
just
have
have two
money.
taverns. We could have two taverns and
kind
two
of
houses.
rich.
You know what? No.
Comparatively
Okay.
speaking.
So Amalai has been gone 2 days, and the following sort of
Oh,
Mid-
for future reference, if it means anything to you, I will have dug a hole under the pillow and put my money in it and covered it up.
understood. Probably.
And she will have
Yeah,
told Hastus
actually-
to make sure no one touches that pillow.
Sorry, so so she's been on 3 days. End of 3rd day, Hastus,
Hmm.
you get a visitor.
Oh. Who is it?
It's a somewhat gnarled, old-looking fae riding on the back of some dire
Something.
weasel.
Oh yes, Astus remembers these guys.
Oh god.
Yeah, he says. Well, he is as usual wearing all his equipment because it's the middle of the day, right?
It is indeed.
And he
It's
walks
raining.
over.
It's raining. There's quite a bit of coughing going on amongst the group of people you've got. There's a few people complaining they're hungry. And up turns this chap.
Right.
I am here to speak to Lady Amalai of the Court of the Nalmarches. She is summoned to court for a meeting.
Astus just pinches the bridge of his nose. He goes, "Your summons is heard," he says. "But I'm afraid Lady Amalai
Lady
is out in the
Marina
fields."
of the Court of the Nalmarches is summoned. The
As it
court
goes-
will be in session. They are expected to attend, as is their right and duty.
I can.
Begins to turn his dire weasel. Do you wish to say anything, Hastus?
Astus says, "What are the consequences if they don't show up?"
The Lord will be most displeased. And there
Thank
are
you.
decisions to be made that they may have an interest in.
Astus
that-
says,
You
Turn?
don't want to send a scout after me ASAP. Melina is just kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Astus says, Astus goes and finds his slayer. And he's like, "Fear, I need a huge favor."
What can I do for you?
He's like, "Emily is part of the Fey Court in the Gnarl Marches, and she just
Oh.
got summoned. Except she's out in the fields, right? She's out like a couple days away. And God knows where in the middle of the plains. And I really would appreciate it if you went and tracked her down."
I can do that.
All right. He's like, "Just set off post haste, take a horse if you need to."
Okay.
Luckily
And then,
unluckily for you, I'm hard to track. Extremely hard to track. Luckily for you, your warrior isn't.
Correct.
If it
Nice.
was just me out there, you'd never find me, unfortunately. Because I give anyone tracking me a -3 or a -2 right now, and I get a +2.
That's nice. I mean, he's got the track feature, so that kind of helps.
Which only gives +2, I think.
It scales based on level.
Mm.
Yeah, fucking hell. Right. Okay.
Well, I mean, hopefully he'll track him down. I mean, I doubt the guy I sent with her is taking particular pains to hide their
No,
their
no,
track.
no. He's not. But
He's a soldier who was thinking this was a pain. He doesn't care.
Pretty much. So long as he keeps his powder dry, he's fine.
okay. Well, what are you doing, Hastus, with these people?
Hastus has them start digging a latrine pit.
Are you spending? So just so I'm clear on this, are you spending BP to create shacks for them? Because right now they got nowhere to live.
Yeah. Yeah, I had better. I don't want them dying of, like, whatever happens when you get covered in rain.
A lot of bad things in Pathfinder, actually.
What was that, Ego?
Of bad things.
Sorry, was that?
You said something, but I couldn't hear you.
No, it's fine. I had I was being pestered elsewhere. So.
Righto.
Yeah, you definitely want to make them shacks. Just throwing
Yep.
that out there. Like if they don't have shacks, Pathfinder's incredibly unforgiving for against non-adventurers, unfortunately.
Hastus mentally apologizes to Melina for ruining her cost effectiveness. But the people need to eat, and they need somewhere dry to sleep. So
Unfortunately, Klaus, the game does not wait for plans. These people will leave and or die if
Game
you
does
don't
not
take
wait.
action.
Full stop. Is the problem.
Yep.
So
And
that costs you 1 BP.
okay, and we had 12, didn't we?
We had 13.
13.
That brings us to
Goody,
12.
goody. And let's see what else.
You might want to make a wall. Just throw that out there.
He has them building the shacks now. Next, and presumably that also includes latrine pits. He will send people to work on that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So when
the-
are you going to build this? Dude? You're going to build it on.
So we have like a 3x3 grid, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Hastus wants to build it in one of the corners.
Okay, and you're going to. Okay.
Yep. Build in one of the corners, so if they need
And
to.
you're going to what? You're going to put people to work to effectively build their own shacks.
Yeah, and he'll help.
Well, Iron Wings might help because they actually have some engineering and craft skills, so that might be.
Yes.
they're
Well,
not
the Fersen
in
brothers, no. The Fersen brothers in particular are good at that sort of thing, being gunslingers.
Okay, so they'll have that done in.
Oh, you didn't hear that, Klaus.
Days.
Klaus, we had about 60 people who were planning on setting up shop, living here or whatnot, and you just kind of left them without shelter. So we have to spend some of the 13 BP we have to house
How much
them,
are you spending?
or they're going to die.
1 BP to build a
2?
shack right now.
I think
Right, so
shacks and a wall.
Yep, some defenses.
I'll adjust.
you're building a wall, yeah?
It would very, very much help, especially with that many people. There's bound to be some animal that thinks, ooh, free dinner.
Yummy.
Yep.
Yes.
What's the cost of a wall? Is it 1, is it?
I believe it's 1 for a small wall, just a small town wall. Or 2, 1 or 2. Klaus might know this.
Give me just one moment and I'll figure that out for you.
It's under ultimate rulership, right?
Yeah. 2 BP.
2 BP, yeah. So 2. So we're spending 3 out of the 13 we have right now.
You're killing me, Smalls. Just killing you.
Well, I'm sorry that you kind of left without even setting up a wall or.
Well, I was really expecting for not to have Camille right away, because kind of had that set up to be the thing, but yeah.
Yeah, we have a huge
Needs
issue
must,
on our
Klaus.
60
Needs
people
must.
with no houses.
Well, nowhere to stay and sleep. And it's just turned autumn. So
Fucking 60 people. Let's just kicks himself for not getting started earlier.
okay, because I'm
So-
extremely benevolent and kind, I will allow you to I'll allow you to do that in you got the Iron Wings with you. You can do it in 4 days.
Cool.
Can you mark off the BP, please?
Done did.
Okay. Who's the name of the Slayer? Astus?
That would be Fior. He's a slayer. And
What's his, can
Cleric.
you just spell, please?
Feor.
Feor. Right, well, Fior's issue on tracking Melina and her buddy is, of course, they're not going in a line.
Hmm.
I think you meant Amalai.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We pretty much just both agreed that him tracking Melina would be completely and utterly worthless.
Not Melina,
As
Amalai. So, him tracking Amalai.
I would have marked it down on his central map where I'm going to be exploring.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay, oh,
And
well,
I did
okay.
tell
okay, that would
Hastus.
help a lot if
Okay.
Fior actually knows where
I
you're
did
going.
tell Hastus that I did it. Like
Right.
he was
Estes
leaving
could have
the
shared that information.
he
Seems
was
pretty
leaving the
pertinent.
tents as I was telling him what I was going to be doing. And I would have said, "Hey, this is where I'm going." Like I'm not just going to willy-nilly march
In which
out.
case, in the evening of when you're in Hex 5, Theo will find you. Amalai. Well, he won't find you. He'll find your companion.
Okay, so we've explored 2, 3, 4. He'll find us at 5.
In the evening,
and-
yeah. So basically, you'd basically be coming to the end of 5.
Awesome. Well, that's a huge amount of place that we've explored, at least. Let's see here. So, okay, who is this good sir as I come back to the camp?
Message from
Message from Hastus. He needs you back at the settlement. At the train.
I'm doing what? Who?
Some visitor came. Something about a Fey court or something.
Amalai dashes off, starting towards Orlugs.
Do you dash that night or what?
I have no reason not to. I can see in the dark.
Okay, so
You also have Noish.
I also have Norish, yeah. If I'm feeling tired or hungry, I fucking.
Are you gonna leave your 2 chums behind?
I tell them I'm heading back to Oleg's, and the path should be that way. I point.
Okay, fine. Okay, so that's all right.
I also leave them some food.
Okay.
2 rations
So
should
if
be good
you're
enough for them,
traveling
right?
by night, then you will get to Oleg's by the following night. If you're just traveling, because it's planes.
Double move if I can. Or well, actually I can,
Yeah.
cause Nourish.
Yeah. Evening.
So I should get there what, afternoon or something like that. Mid evening.
Evening, early evening, you'll get there.
So like 5 roughly. Out of breath, Amalai arrives at what looks to be like a small wall forming, some
Yeah.
shacks, something like that.
Yeah.
She jumps over the wall, or what lack of wall there may be right now, and appears before Hastus.
Yes. Oh, thank God. Where's Fear?
Not here.
You left him behind. Oh, whatever. He can handle himself. So Hastus explains exactly what happened, and he says, basically, you're being summoned. I mean,
How long ago was this? When was this?
Hastus counts down. Ooh, several days, right?
Yep.
He's like, it was a while ago.
Did they say where to go? Any instructions? Anything?
He's like, no, you just showed up and said, summon to the court. I mean, just head to the woods, I guess. Head to the woods and start shouting.
Amalai demands food, drink, and a bed. Well, actually, she just goes to her pillow. Food and drink, like immediately. Yesterday.
He says, all right.
Once she receives it from Hastus, she scarfs it down and goes to bed. And as early as she can in the next morning, she starts running off.
Okay, hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right. Okay. So you find somewhere to presumably a bit of privacy, rest down for the night.
I'd just be sleeping in the command tent on my pillow.
It's me in the car. Okay, fine. Where are you, Hastus?
Mm,
Are you also in the command tent or are you somewhere else?
yeah, other side of the tent.
Okay.
It's a big tent. It's not like it matters.
Soldier!
Hastus cracks his eyes, looks over.
I
Where the
need
hell did
to
that come from?
talk to the cat.
Amalai is
Kind of-
awake by now.
He kind of
Hold on.
gestures his head sideways to the tent opening.
Who is this?
Give me just 1 second. Amalai doesn't wake up.
Okay.
And he's like, all right.
You can see like basically kind of the outline of like a shadowy humanoid.
And Hassus goes, who am I speaking to? As he starts getting up out of bed.
I work for the Darrow brothers.
I see.
I need to speak to the cat.
Hastus picks up his
Hastus
sock.
being quiet.
Hastus picks up his sock and chucks it at Amalai.
She's pretty tired.
So
Oh,
he hits her and
wrong
she doesn't
roll,
wake
wrong
up.
roll. I don't wake up. She has been traveling straight. She was supposed to go to sleep, like as soon as she got back to the camp, and your person told her what was going on. Then she traveled for like, I want to say roughly 17 hours straight. She's tired.
Hassus says she was on a forced march for I don't know how long. So she's pretty out.
Are you expecting me to cry?
He just says, I don't know what you want from me. He gets
I don't
up.
want anything from you. I want you to leave, soldier.
Hassus says,
Give me just 1 second, Ego. Something's wrong here.
I don't have a lot of time, by the way, soldier.
Yep. Asa says, "All right, I'll give you your privacy." As he grabs his cloak. He used to walk out.
Let's see here. Assuming going to sleep at 9 would be roughly the time that I got back to camp and that they got there. And I got back at around dinner. 12, 3, 7, 10, 22 hours? A 22-hour march? Jesus. I'm not sure Skemp's going to be able to wake her up. Okay, you go. Continue.
Okay. You can make another Constitution check with a +4. Ooh.
I wake up.
Okay. Something very sharp has just hit your nostrils. Quite unpleasant.
Amelie wakes up and coughs and plugs her nose. What's going on, Hastus?
A soldier's gone. I told him to got rid
Oh,
of
hi,
it.
Skemp. What pleasure do I owe for this?
Pleasure. Funny you mention pleasure.
Not mad about me partying in Restov, are you?
No, I'm over that. Used it, didn't I?
Yeah. Kind of. So, what's going
The big
on?
Fat man, the one with the huge moustache. You met him, right? I'm guessing.
Fat man, huge mustache.
I'm
You
guessing.
mean the one who bought my? You mean the one who bought my airship? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you call it. Yeah. Yeah. Did you catch his name?
I think I did. What was his name again? My memory is actually really bad. Faust, send me his name.
I have no clue.
I know you remember it. Oh my god.
Notes.
Hold on.
He was
I
just the dude
guess.
with the money that I wasn't really paying much attention to.
I was gonna roll an int check for this ego, but I mean, you know.
You travel. You travel with him for days. So
That doesn't mean I'm wise smart.
Oh, even
No.
talk to the dude.
Or even talk to him. But she says Grigorovich.
Yeah, that's the one. Huh. Do you know who he is, little kitty?
Some lord who likes to flaunt money.
Huh. He's married to the cousin of the King of Brevoy. Been sent as
Oh,
a
that's not
diplomat
good.
to talk to the sword lords about what they're up to down here. Well,
How shrewd.
that's the actual story anyway. What he actually is a spy master.
Wait. She remembers all the notes. The bear? Is that her
Yeah,
name?
that's his nickname,
Mhm.
the bear.
The
So-
bear has found the honey. So I
So-
had best be careful.
So, little kitty, this bear, he's taken quite an interest in you and your little friend.
Me and my little friend. Are you saying Melina? She's gone.
Oh, has she now? Hmm. Well, I've been told by the Darrows brothers I can't touch old bear. Wouldn't go down well with the King of Brevoy if I did that. But it's been quite interesting learning the people he knows. Wondered about him, wondered if he was involved. Turns out your little showing off was useful in the end. Although Mario isn't very happy, of course. Not sure he really wanted Grigorovich getting hold of a flying house.
Amalai wouldn't think it would be. It would probably be beneficial to tell him what Melina had told her about the status of said ship, right?
Tell him what you want.
Well, in a whisper, she tells him that, in their demonstration of it, they had only had a limited number of flies left, and that was probably the last one. The last reliable flight.
Do you think they'd be able to figure out how to make another?
No.
Hmm.
Melina's a skilled alchemist, and it took her several days to make one that barely functioned
Nice.
as is and almost killed us.
She did that in days, did she?
Well, I mean, her father is.
I know who her father is.
So, I mean,
Him and I have had dealings. Wow. This does make things interesting.
Amalai digs out the gold from underneath her. She had gotten some extra gold because Melina split that 1250 with her, and asks Skemp if he's capable of searching this for any traces, because this was money. This 1250 was money from Grigorovich.
If it's from Grigorovich, I'd get rid of it. Bad things happen to people he gives money to. I've found the bodies.
She takes the money and she puts it into a separate bag and says, "I'll keep that under mind, under consideration."
Yeah. Got a job for you.
I like jobs from you. They're
Mm.
interesting.
Now, this one might stretch you a bit. We'll see how you do.
She takes 1 point to mention that due to her new standing status as a lady of a court, she's being summoned right now and has to leave. So it may take a couple of days for her to get onto said job.
Wow.
Or weeks.
This one's a slower burner than the last one.
Fuck. Well, that's helpful to know.
The Darrow brothers have a lot of confidence in these Iron Wings, but I smell a rat. I reckon someone is crooked.
Can based on her little bit of time with them, could she point out any what may be unusual for what she knows of Iron Wings?
They seem very tight as a group of men, and a few women, not many.
She'll relay this to him, but Skemp is someone to be, well, I mean, advice taken under consideration again. So
I want you to look into it for me. On the
when I
hut.
get back, I can definitely do that.
Don't mention anything to the soldier.
I
Never know, he might be one of them.
I've been traveling. I mean, I personally haven't been traveling with him, but he was personally assigned to Melina by the Darrows. So I trust Hastus, but I won't mention anything to him if that's what you'd prefer.
might be wise.
Any other stipulations for this contract? And might I ask what the pay is?
This is a private between you and me.
Oh, okay.
I might be wrong, but I don't think I am.
Well,
Just
I will be
keep
staying here, and I have a reasonable investment in this place, you know, killing the Stag Lord and all. So,
If you check it out, and whether I'm right or wrong,
it'll be beneficial one way or another. I thank you
Might
for
be
waking me
I'm
up,
look-
by the way.
might be I'm looking for a new student. Might be. I haven't decided yet. But if you do this for me, then we can have it.
How fun. She marks this down in a little notebook, and she puts the separated gold, her 4,500 that was in a different bag from him into the ground again and buries it. Takes a little bag full of what's his name's gold, Grigorovich,
Mm-hmm.
that Melina had given Amalai, puts it on her belt and tells him that she should head off to the to the forest because she's being summoned. She doesn't know where she's going. Wait, is the
Whatever,
is-
that's down to you.
This is great. She doesn't know where to go.
Don't. Yeah, I wouldn't mention the bear's name either. Liable to get you into trouble. Get
She nods.
attention. When you come back from wherever party you're going to next, I'll probably have another job from the Deros for you.
Okay, so search for spy. Search for spy is on my next to-do list. She thanks Skemp for the warning and bids him a more than a, I don't know how I would say this, a pleasanter than he's already had day, because I can assume this has been nagging at him a little bit. And heads off.
And I'm off myself. Oh, you might want to find a way of not looking like a cat
Like
with
me?
aspirations of being a human at some point. Just a suggestion. You're kind of noticeable. In our line of work, that's not always a good thing. In fact, it's never a good thing.
I've been doing this for quite a while. I know the feeling.
You're talking to empty shadows, you believe at this point.
Say what?
We're talking to empty shadows, you believe at this point.
She still said it anyway. Again, she's used to this. She.
You're not going to get any more sleep. You're not going to try and get some. You hardly got a wink before you wake you up.
Wait, how long? Middle of. Oh.
No, like you got maybe 2 hours tops before he woke you up.
Well, I need to get 6 more to get my key point back. So she goes back to sleep then. Actually, yeah. No, she goes back to sleep.
Hestus doesn't hear any
calling
more
out
voices.
to Hastus, saying that he's gone. And then she tells Hastus that she'll need to talk to him in the morning, and then
Okay. Assume it is morning.
slowly falls asleep.
Hastus, did you make any attempt to listen in on their conversation?
He thought about it. I think he just he was just standing nearby. He wasn't like at the door.
Fine.
Come due morning.
Sorry, Hastus would have noticed no sound left the tent.
Interesting.
Upon due morning, Amalai will give a single coin to Hastus and say, if anyone pays, if anyone starts following you, assume it's because of this. I would like you to hide the coin in a certain place. And if anyone finds the coin the next day or the day after or any other time, to keep note of it. And she gives him another coin and keep a closer eye on this one. These are coins from Grigorovich's.
Hastus he's holding the coins in his hand, and he kind of gives Amalai a weird look like, is this some espionage shit?
I'm being followed. She leaves it at that and walks away. By the way, I need to know where, what or where you got the message from.
Who?
You.
Which message? Oh, right. There was a herald, and he came riding up on a weasel. I fought that kind of guy before. They're like...
Give me 1 second. I have to give the instructions to Ego. So, one coin... okay, I'm giving 2 coins to Hastus. The first coin I'm telling him to hold on to for 1 day, and then go and hide it somewhere. And if it's missing any time within some days later, to keep note of that, to keep that in the back of his mind. And the second coin he is to keep on himself and be wary if anyone seems to take undue attention of him. And she's going to keep the rest of the bag on her. So currently she has 1248 of the coins.
So she's got 1248. You've given 1 to Hastus and 1 to who else was it?
No, 2, both to Hastus. It's going to be a sort of experiments. And then the rest of the 4,500 is about another foot deeper into the hole.
Okay. And the rest of the 1248 you've still got on you, yeah?
Yes. And she's going to ask Hastus to make sure no one touches my pillow.
It's in the tent, so nobody should.
If it's, she outlines it with a little bit of chalk and puts a little leaf under one side in a specific spot. And so that's going to be my preparation for making sure it doesn't move.
Hastus takes note.
The beanbag chair is actually bugged. We gotta get rid of it.
I will kill you if you touch my beanbag. And okay, so she asks Hastus where or what's where it went, the messenger first, and what it looked like.
Like he was a gnome on a giant weasel, and he went that way. And Hastus points towards Hex 10.
He went towards
Pretty much.
Hex 10.
Yeah. As that's where the forest begins. And these guys don't follow roads.
It hasn't been raining, right, Ego?
It has no, it has been raining on and off pretty much last week.
Amalai tries to look for any signs of a weasel tracks.
Okay, could you? I'm gonna go for. I'll give you a perception check and a survival check. Okay. So you pick up a faint, kind of musky kind of odor. It's very faint. But what helps you is that combined with the signs of some of the tracks, which are inconsistent, but they're clearly too large to be consistent with a normal animal. Yeah, you think you can probably follow these. They're going at a fair lick, though. You can tell that from just the way that the paw sinks into the ground. This is whatever this is, it's strong.
Amalai asks if how could she give someone a way to follow her? How could she give someone a way to follow her? Give me 1 second. How unfortunate. Okay, so she stocks up on how many rations can she take? How many rations are there? She stocks up on rations, like 10. She takes 10 rations. And then she follows after the tracks, waving Hastus goodbye as she dashes off.
Farewell.
Okay. Right. So Hastus, with these and other things to kind of slightly puzzle, you get on with the real work and are quite pleased that on this day the rain ceases for one, and the shacks and the settlement wall are built, and morale improves, and you might give permission for one of the Iron Wings to break open a keg or two, and maybe quiet some of the more grumpy voices that were starting to be raised.
Indeed.
Do you wish to do anything else this day apart from that? A couple of the Iron Wings are asking what you want to do next.
Yep. Hasta says, I'm probably going to have to work on a farm. And he says, but until I get that up and running, we're going to have to do a bit more foraging, because whatever they brought in, it isn't going to last forever.
Well, to be blunt, you don't think they've got much left. Yeah,
Yep.
A couple of the Iron Wings have told you that they're getting offered crazy money for their hard rations.
Yep, Hasta says farm next, and we need to forage to make up the difference in the meantime.
Okay.
He's going to put some Iron Wings on that.
So yeah, Fior says, we need a team on this.
Yep.
Just to feed these people from day to day.
Probably gonna have to set like 10 people or 12 people, like 2-to-1 ratio, and you're gonna have to cycle them out each day. It's gonna be difficult.
Joy. Yep.
I feel like this is
So
going
he
to be like
sets pretty much a skeleton crew on sentry duty, and the rest of the Iron Wings and himself, I'll head out and start foraging.
Woo.
Okay. And you presumably sleep that night, yeah?
Yep.
That night,
Everyone dies. Rocks fall from the skies.
as sleep takes you, Hastus, you find yourself in a like in the middle of a rather fancy house. Yasin is running around you in circles screaming as a rubber chicken just like whacks him in the face and floats beside him and whacks him again. Suddenly Melina stands before you. And I have to find that message again. Things are going good. Having this much money has kind of been awesome. Unfortunately, I haven't made it there yet. And the dream just kind of fades at that point. And as it fades, you hear a stupid 25 word limit.
It's just like, oh man.
He's dreaming about Melina? What has this world come to?
And
Uh-huh.
Pretty much.
Hang on. Amalai, so you're following these tracks. Are you sleeping that night?
Feeling that either the gems she got from Mr. Grigorovich or the money could be tagged. She double moves this day, and then she pulls a fast one and quadruple moves using Nourish to refresh. Fuck anyone who tries to follow her.
who tries to message you in your sleep?
She then I'm assuming I'm in the forest now.
Yeah. You'll be in the forest.
Up in the trees, I carve out with my adamantine claws a hole in one of them and place a gem in it, and then push the carved wood back into it,
Okay.
making a mark at some point so that I know if it's been moved or not, and then I continue on.
Where are you going?
I'm following the tracks.
Fine.
As this night ends again, I don't sleep again. I nourish and 6 move. This will be 6 tiles total.
Okay.
And I do the same thing to this tree again. I mark it, carve out a hole, and put a gem in, and then mark the peg, and then push it back in.
At this point, Melina just assumes Amalai is dead.
Hey, you can't get out of her.
Well, Melina would know that I can go without sleep.
Yeah.
So
What kind of psychological effects this will have on you in the long term is unknown, but...
Yes, indeed. I
on the 7th night, I choose the highest possible tree I can because I assume I'm deep in the gnarl marshes by now.
You are indeed.
I choose the highest tree I can while making sure I'm still on the right. I face the right track for when I wake up, and I nibble at my food and go to sleep.
And as you go to sleep, Melina comes to you in a hazy cloud of drug-inducing smoke. What the fuck? Sleep once in a while. I am doing good. Not there yet. 25 word limit. That's it.
Really wish I could do a 2-way conversation with this.
Okay. Marvelous. Right. That will put an end, I think, to these characters and where they are.
Yep,
Really?
we all just die. We drop dead. The end.
No.
The end.